And I placed this at number 5, may surprise, but I just think it is a very bad movie. The title is Nope just because the characters in the movie say the word nope in very many awkward situations. And yeah, it really has no meaning. That can also be said about this movie where the acting is not necessarily a problem, but the story is just very thin. How many times haven't you seen an alien wanting to eat everybody? It is a very plain primitive idea, and it makes the movie feel very empty. My beloved fourth place goes to DC League of Superpets. Many people complain about Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart as voice actors in this movie, and I gotta say I agree. It would have been nice to actually hear professional voice actors instead of those two in the movie. That being said, that is far from the only problem. The story itself is the main issue. I do understand that a certain type of kryptonite makes Superman and his dog Krypto weaker. At the same time, it is very unrealistic that a little guinea pig can be so powerful. So superhero stories are unrealistic to start with, but I feel a story in this movie goes beyond that. Also, what doesn't work is the comedy. If you want to include those that are not kids and family people when making this movie, you gotta find some more comic moments that are actually funny. In this movie, however, they just don't do that. And for me, it was a suffering to get through from start to finish. After two rather more talked about movies on my list, we get to the B side of movies. This one, with the title A Day to Die, is nothing more than one of the worst action movies I have ever seen. It is of course sad to see Bruce Willis in these type of movies. But the problem is not him alone, because this movie just lacks good action scenes, it lacks a good story and menacing bad guys. It is just so thin that yeah, I think that I could have even made this better myself, because it really sets the bar terribly low. Next up, we have a movie called White Elephant, where Bruce Willis is involved again. This time, he does not do it too bad, but here in this case, the story is even worse. Here again, the bad guys are not menacing, and you for example have the character of Olga Kurilenko, which is way too powerful. Alongside with the other main character, she is like an invisible killing machine, and takes no damage when being shot against. It seems like she has perfect aim every time she shoots, and is unable to miss. That's why also the action scenes are very stripped down, making the viewer not entertained at all. The recent movie Section 8, which also deserves the title The Worst Movie of 2022, is really just that. Coming out as a scuffed version of The Grey Man, this movie is just plain hopeless. The flashbacks of the main character played by Ryan Quentin just makes the movie feel very messy, and it has a high focus on that particular emotion. In usual cliché action movies like this, you would have seen a main character much faster take a cold revenge instead of reflecting too much on what has happened. The action scenes are also very stripped down, and again everyone getting shot at just falls down like flies. You really have no good characters, except Dolph Lundgren, which sadly enough has got very little screen time. Of course, as I now know after having seen this movie, he was only there to make it more appealing.